How we getting on, folks? Look at overall, Goran Park was very much a success. We were aiming for a winner, maybe two. We were hoping that big price each way would have placed, and it certainly did. We had 2 out of 3 for the patron tips, um, and as well as that, we had Knight of Malta that placed for us at 40 to 1 for Dennis Hogan. There was method in me madness. I know I was fairly bold in going out and saying it, but we were very nearly on the back of a winner and a very big price winner at that. Um, Overall, I'm going to take it as a success. I called a near 40 to 1 winner, and I tipped it up each way. So I'm very very happy with that. Moving on to Clonmel now tomorrow, and there is a very very exciting card. Some very nice names running in here, some very talented horses as well, and some, I suppose you could call them Clonmel stalwarts. Definitely look at it. It's very very interesting. A very very nice day. On the cards tomorrow should be some very very exciting racing. There's a few horses in here. We're actually going for another big price in here at 16 to 1. Whether that drifts out or gets backed in, I don't know, but they're traveling a fair distance tomorrow, so hopefully there might be a bit of method in their madness with that. First of all, though, we are going to be covering the first race of the day, and for me, this one here holds the next best chance of the day. Avellino here at 10 to 11 for Dermot McLaughlin and Robbie Power. Now, I know it's a sharp price, and I know it's not really great having the next best odds on shot, but realistically, like this mare is top class. She's top class in a fairly standard field. I wouldn't go as to say it's poor quality. It's not. It's a decent enough standard field. Like, there are some very very nice horses in here, but Avellino stands out a country mile. When you look at the form that she's put up, there's some very very nice talented horses she's run very very credibly against. I wouldn't think that she's going to have too hard of a time tomorrow. She should be well capable. She should be very much talented enough to go and take this by the scruff of the neck, and she should be very very hard to beat. As the price would suggest, obviously at 10 to 11. The reason why it is next best is because I know it's an odds-on shot, but it's not a crazy odds-on shot, if that makes any sense. It wouldn't be so far odds-on that would actually put me off having a bet on it. It's at a nice price. It's the clear standard bearer of the field, and it should be very very much respected. And I definitely don't think the price of 10 to 11 is going to last. I'd say it's going to go off 4 to 6, maybe 4 to 7, possibly even 1 to 2. I don't know, but I would be expecting Avellino to win like an odds-on shot should. It should be a very very nice opener for us. Moving on into the 255, and this one here is very very tricky to call. It's very very open. There's some very very nice horses in here, the likes of Brawler for Kieran Murphy, heads the market, and rightly so. It is the clear standard bearer. Put up some very very decent performances, but I'm going against it, and the reason why I am going against it is because I know it has been consistent, and it's been consistently placed, but it just struggles to get its head in front. That's the only reason why I'm going against it. It's such a sharp price. It's 11 to 4. It's not at an each way market, and hence I would be skeptical backing it each way, or backing it to win, considering it hasn't won in. I don't know how long. I can't remember the last time it won, but it's put up a long string of seconds and thirds. So the value isn't there for an each way bet. I am going to be doing an each way bet though on Cala de Volpe at 16 to 1 for the Watson team, and McGrath is riding it, taking £7 off. Like I said, currently priced in around 16 to 1. Now, Watson is travelling from the north of Ireland. I think it might be Armagh or Tyrone. I'm not 100% sure. But I know he's travelling from the north direction anyway. Now, Clonmel is down south tip. It's a fair distance down there. From me in East Galway on the tip border, it's 2.5. Is it 2.5 hours now? I think it's 2 or 2.5 hours drive, from here to Clonmel. So the fact that I'm on the tip border, it's certainly plain and obvious to see that the the journey that Watson is going to be traveling with him now tomorrow is something much more than that. I couldn't even think of what sort of a length of a distance he would be traveling, but because he was fourth last time out, I think he was something like 12 lengths behind. Um, I can't even remember who he was behind, but he was fourth in Fairyhouse in heavy ground last time out. Um, Ground is going to be fairly similar to that tomorrow. I don't know whether the journey down or the long journey is relevant. I just think that the horse is possibly starting to come into his own, and hopefully for us, the fact that he was fourth, he can improve a little bit more and hence get into the top three, which will make the bet a winning one. Moving on to the 330 then, and this one here, I'm going to be going with a Cork-based trainer here now with the Ahern setup, ridden by James O'Sullivan, currently taking £7 off and priced at 4-1. This one here was definitely tied up between the top two in the market. Well, there's four at the top of the market at 4-1, but the ones that I was looking at was on Marcock for Rachel Blackmore, and obviously who you couldn't for James O'Sullivan taking £7 off. Now this one here for me, I definitely think has the better opportunity. It has been raised £5, but obviously James takes 7 off, so that contradicts the weight added on. But on Marcock has been running very considerably and very consistently lately. So for me, I think it's destined for second or third, to be perfectly honest with you. I think on Marcock, it's so used to finishing second and third now that it's just getting to the stage where I wouldn't be backing it. And it probably deserves to be favourite, and it's one of the more likelier ones to go and win the race, but it's not from 17. And that for me would be a worrying fact. Who you Codden won last time out in Tramore, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Tramore in heavy ground. Look at Tramore, Clonmel, they're similar enough styles of track, I would say. I'm not 100% sure. I was never actually down in Tramore, but looking at it on the television, like it's seems to be similar enough sort of a track. It focuses an awful lot on speed, and it focuses a lot of, I suppose, front running. Now, Clonmel, you can either front run or you can be held up in behind, depending where you are. The hill in Clonmel is the winning and losing of a race. For me though, I just think this Who You Codden, the fact that it's coming in on the back of a win, it's in better spirits, and obviously, look, it's worth a shot and it's worth a chance, and I think we'd be basically codding ourselves, pardon the pun, but we'd be codding ourselves to think that it doesn't have a chance. It has a serious chance, and I think at 4-1 it's a very, very nice price. Now 405, this one here is going to be going with the Miller team and Aileen O'Sullivan, who was our latest guest on the Irish Race and Hour podcast. American Image, now owned by Neil Galt, who is the partner of Aileen. So I want to wish the two of them the very, very best of luck tomorrow, especially with the owner and the jockey. But yeah, look, I really, really want to see this horse win. I really want to see Aileen get her head in front again. The way she celebrated that day in October, I think she told me now. But that was unbelievable. Like I remember I was on the Abbey that particular day, and turning in, I thought I was on the winner, and I was sort of sick of myself when I didn't win. But listening to Aileen talking and the passion that she has, that for me meant more than getting a few extra pound in the pocket. To be perfectly honest with you, I hope she does go and win it. I hope she does run a very, very good race. American Image, I know it means so much to her. And you know what? I'm going to take a stab in the dark here now. American Image is my nap of the day now tomorrow. Aileen, go and do me proud. I want to wish you the very, very best of luck, and Neil also. 4:35. This one here is actually going to be the patron pick of the day for me, so I'm not going to be covering it. I'll get onto that now in a few moments. But 5:05 then is the last race of the day, and personally speaking, I cannot look past St. Benedict at 8 to 11 for Barry Connell and Harry Swan taking £7 off. It was a very, very close second, a very unlucky second last time out in a Hunter's Chase here. Just got done on the line. It just tired. It just seriously tired coming up the run in, and just the bob of the head just beat him. He was second previously before that in Clonmel behind some man who was heavily gambled on that particular day. If I'm not mistaken, it was January 2020. He was second to him that particular day. Now some man was heavily gambled on that particular day. He ended up winning a very, very cozy winner. But St. Benedict, coming from the Barry Connell yard, he is 67% strike rate in the past 2 weeks. He's ran 3, he's won 2. And I definitely think he's going to add to the list now again. I think he's going to go a little bit better. He's going to make it 75% strike rate now tomorrow. I am nearly 100% sure. I cannot see a horse in this lineup that's going to come and beat him tomorrow. Providing, look at jumping wise, might let him down, but he has the experience now. He should be well capable of going about it. Harry Swan is a very, very talented jockey. Obviously, look at all you have to do is look at the rides he's ran on Eagle's Wings. Naas in particular. Look at the one in Naas. He was absolutely sublime that particular day. But realistically, St. Benedict should not be beaten. Now, that's all I have for you all tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a few more winners, a few more each way bets, and just end the day in profit. That's all we're hoping for. Obviously, my job is to make ye profit, and once I'm doing that, I'm happy as a pig in you know what. But realistically, I'm going to start talking about Patreon now. Now, what Patreon is, it's basically what funds our Irish Racing Hour podcast. We give these people in the industry, like Aileen O'Sullivan, like Maxine O'Sullivan, 2 amateur jockeys, 2 very, very talented jockeys. The likes of Seamus Fenton, or James Fenton, not Seamus Fenton, James Fenton, who is one of Willie Mullins's syndicate managers for, say, mayors and different things like that. Who else have we had? We've had one of Willie's stable hands, Steph Searle, who was a big part in Willie Mullins's, and Sean Flanagan then as well. Ross O'Ryan. We get these names on to give them credit. Arguably, some of them don't get enough credit as it is anyway. But for this month only, we are doing a Cheltenham Festival competition. It's €10 to sign up. Once you sign up, then you're automatically entered into the Cheltenham Festival competition. The price pot is £200. For €10 to sign up, you could be potentially winning part of £200 by the end of the festival. So realistically, the value is there to be seen. On our tipping service, we were 41.99 points in profit off 1 point level stakes. So if you're betting a tenner, you're up over €400. Overall, we are up 94.75 points in profit from 1 point level stakes. So if you're with us from the very start, if you're backing a tenner per point, you're up nearly €1,000 since the start of December. That's what we are about. We're not your general everyday premium services. We're there for the people. We're there to try and encourage more people to I suppose, get behind Irish racing and get involved and get, I suppose, not necessarily as jockeys or different things like that, but as racing fans. I know an awful lot of people over the other side of the water don't follow Irish racing, or some people in Ireland don't even follow Irish racing. So what we're trying to do is trying to get more people seeing these names, seeing these people that are doing very well, but wouldn't get the average, I suppose, everyday publicity like the likes of Willie Mullins, Henry de Bromhead, Rachel Blackmore, Paul Townend. Like, these are the people, these are the heart and soul of the Irish racing community, and we are trying to give them the credit that they deserve. For a tenner a month, you're helping us be bigger and better, basically, and get the equipment needed to be able to go to different stable yards, different racetracks when it's provided, obviously, or when it's permitted, different things like that. But to save it rambling on, I'll leave a link in the description below. If you just click underneath the video here, you'll see the link to Patreon. It's a tenner a month. Realistically, it's great value, and people will back us up when we say this. But look, I'm going to leave it there. Very, very best of luck tomorrow. Hopefully, look, we're on the back of a few winners, and yeah, look, that's all we have time for. Thanks again. And as well as that, please make sure to keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. And if you can, head over to the Irish Racing Hour and give that a like, share, and subscribe as well. Thanks very much. I'm Shane Roney. We'll chat to you again tomorrow.